This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you split. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, 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 right now. Got a real good feeling, got a real good feeling, like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling, like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, 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 right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling, got a real good feeling, like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, got a real good feeling, like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's live stream, we are going to be discussing Dogecoin. And in fact, while the intro was running, Dogecoin overpassed XRP to take the number 4 spot on CoinMarketCap. Dogecoin is having a massive rally, and we want to talk about that in today's live stream and discuss whether or not we should continue holding our Doge. And we're going to be talking about Ethereum and its mad dash up to $3,500, which it just broke a few minutes ago. And we'll be discussing where we think Ethereum is going by the end of this week. I am joined as always by your president, Non-Crypto Tim. How you
What's
doing,
up,
Tim?
everybody? It looks like the kid in the corner with the match has a little more money in his pocket than the kid sitting at the front of the class. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
That's a reference to a previous stream. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But that's okay. Smay, we are also joined by you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
He's doing great. Yay! Guys, it's going to be a fun stream. Hit the like and subscribe button, smish leak, because we have something special that we want to announce. A new coupon code has just gone active on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and it is called May the 4th, 2021. If you watched to the end of yesterday's stream, you saw the ad we made for it.
You want to run that again real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go
Awesome.
ahead and
Let's
run
do
that
it.
in. Let's run
absolutely.
That,
I love
run
it.
that ad.
Good deal.
Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord. Use coupon code May the 4th for $66 off the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Link in the description.
Yep, we're back.
Order 66 has been executed and a new coupon code has gone live. Guys, the coupon code is May the 4th, 2021. That is down in the description box down below. If you've been looking for a discount on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you now have it. Guys, we are going to start this stream with some Dogecoin news. So, if we can jump onto my chart, we shall go ahead and get started. Guys, actually not our chart. I want to read a bit of a news article over here on CoinDesk. Dogecoin hit new all-time high after eToro listing. I want to catch you guys up on the fundamentals, and then we're going to dive into the Dogecoin chart and look at it on CoinMarketCap. Lots to discuss in today's video, but I want to get you caught up on the news cycle that's going on right now. Dogecoin hit its new all-time high after the eToro listing. This broke yesterday. Multi-asset brokerage eToro announced support for the cryptocurrency Monday. Dogecoin tapped fresh lifetime highs on Tuesday in the wake of of a new exchange listing. The Shiba Inu branded cryptocurrency rose to 48 cents during European trading hours, topping the previous record of 47 cents recorded about a month ago on April the 16th. The last leg higher comes a day after multi-asset brokerage platform eToro announced support for the cryptocurrency, citing strong client demand. I'm going to talk about this right here, the demand here in a second. The new listings opened Dogecoin to some 20 million users spread around the globe. Let's go to full screen. Guys, Dogecoin is doing incredibly well right now, and I think a lot of you guys are fans of it. Drop a 1 in chat if you are a fan of Dogecoin. I want to show you something really quickly. If we can jump back onto my screen, I want to show you the search volume comparison from Dogecoin to Bitcoin, and you're going to find something very interesting happen in the last 7 days. You can see here, this blue line represents how much search volume is going on for the keyword Dogecoin over on Google. This represents how many people are looking up the search word Dogecoin, and the red line over here represents Bitcoin. As you can see, they surprisingly end up being right around each other over the last 7 days, but in the last 24 hours, Dogecoin has run away with search volume, gathering more than 4 times the daily searches than Bitcoin. You heard that right. Dogecoin, let's go back to full screen. Dogecoin is getting more search volume right now than Bitcoin is. So like I said earlier, give a 1 in chat if you were a fan of Dogecoin. I want to see everyone in chat who is a fan of Dogecoin. Actually, I think there's enough ones. We can stop the spamming. That's my fault. Guys, this is a very big deal that Dogecoin is hitting all-time high, and we want to discuss it. Tim, do you have any thoughts, and are you seeing anything in chat other than comments?
No, I mean...
other than ones.
Yeah, there's some comments, people... again, wherever we go with Doge, we're always going to have some haters. We're going to have some fans. The whole point of this stream was whether or not you like it or not, the question becoming, should I hold Dogecoin? Whether you answer yes or no, it is a legitimate question to ask, especially as the crypto sphere continues to grow and we have a bunch of new people in it, which there's probably a lot of you guys listening. I'm not that old myself. That's why we call non-crypto Tim. But it is something legitimate that we have to ask. Is there a point where we should start holding Doge? And that's something we're going to be discussing today. So I'll get back to Jebb for that.
Yes. In fact, guys, I believe it is on Saturday. After all, it is Saturday Night Live. None other than the Doge father himself, Elon Musk, is going to be going on SNL and talking about Dogecoin. Here's the question, though. Is Dogecoin being pumped by all of this news about the eToro listing and about Elon Musk going on SNL and about, what's his face? I keep forgetting his name. Mark Cuban, who keeps pumping Dogecoin. Is it being pumped because of that? And if that news goes away, will that search volume go down on Dogecoin, and will it result in a big corrective movement on our cryptocurrency, Dogecoin? Well, I want to go back to one of the fundamentals of technical analysis. In fact, it is the fundamental of technical analysis, and it says this: the average discounts everything. What that means is that the chart, which we're about to look at here in a second, factors in all the news, because the news gets priced in. If you've ever heard anyone talk about being priced in, it means that the news got people to buy, which led to a change in the price action, which means if we look at the technicals, we should be able to see the price result of all of these fundamentals. So the fundamentals are good, yes, but we need to look at the chart. So let's jump back onto my chart, and we will do some Dogecoin technical analysis, as it is currently rallying to 57 cents. Guys, Dogecoin has absolutely moonshot over the last 6 months and change. In December of last year, it was trading at less than a third of a penny, and ever since then, it has rallied 18,000% in the last 143 days. It has had a substantial amount of volume and had multiple stair-step formations rally it even higher. And as of yesterday, we broke our previous all-time high, sitting around 45 cents. The question now becomes, where does Dogecoin go next, and is this something that you want to continue holding on to? That is what we're going to discuss. Well, one of the things we need to look at here is something called the RSI. If you guys aren't familiar with the RSI, that stands for the Relative Strength Index. It's an oscillator, which means that it moves between 0 and 100, and the higher you get on the RSI, the more likely it is that you're going to have some kind of pullback. It's more likely that you're going to have some kind of correction. If we look here, we can see the last time that RSI got very high, rallied up to 95, which for any of you guys who don't use the RSI indicator, that is an incredibly high level. That almost never happens. For context, that hasn't happened on Bitcoin in something like 4 years. When that happened on Dogecoin back on April the 16th, we hit our all-time high, and then guess what we did? We consolidated and corrected a little bit. If you remember what I said a couple of weeks ago, for anyone who is a regular here, I said that based on all this news, I could see Dogecoin going to $1. Just to be clear, I think that is very much in the cards, and the fact that we rallied to 58 cents over the last couple of days just backs up that point. But I want to encourage you to pay attention to this RSI. The relative strength indicator is important because it is going to tell us when the market has rallied too far. Remember what I said earlier. The averages and the market and the chart discounts everything. What does that mean? It means that the price factors in all of the news. It factors in Mark Cuban supporting it, and Elon Musk supporting it, and people going on Ellen DeGeneres and eToro listing. It factors in all of this. It reflects in the price. So we can read technically all of that. With that being said, if Dogecoin continues to rally up to $1, it's going to get overextended on the RSI. What happens when Dogecoin gets overextended on the RSI? Technical analysis is about observing trends and seeing what happens it's taking a previous data set and using it to extrapolate into the future. In past, whenever RSI gets massively overextended on Dogecoin, like we see in these cases right here, these 5 examples, what happened next? Well, the RSI dropped. Why did the RSI drop? It dropped because the price went down. So whenever Dogecoin gets overextended on the RSI, you typically go through some kind of pullback and correction. So the question now is, where does that happen? Let's go to full screen and let's discuss that. I told you guys in a week or so ago when we were talking about Dogecoin, it was all hyped up for hitting 45 cents as an all-time high, that I could easily see it going to $1. I am inclined to believe that that is going to happen now because of Elon Musk going on Saturday Night Live in a few days on Saturday. The fact that that's happening, eToro going live, all kinds of different adoption going on with Dogecoin, I could see it going to $1. Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to stay at $1. In fact, I don't think it's even going to stay at 50 cents. I think it's actually going to go pretty far to the downside, and I want to explain exactly why. Short term, and by short term I mean in the next 7 to 14 days, there is an incredible amount of hype behind Dogecoin. There's a massive amount of reasons on the chart that I'm not going to go into fully in this video, but that we've discussed in previous videos, that says that, yeah, Dogecoin could go to $1. Is it going to stay there? See, that's the difference that we have to look into. Making a trade is based on short-term indicators and short-term fundamentals. Investing in something and staying in something is based on long-term fundamentals and long-term indicators. Here's the thing. Dogecoin's doing very well this week, but does Dogecoin have a track record of being able to maintain high prices? Well, if we jump back onto the chart, I want to show you something, and that is this. Dogecoin, for the vast majority of its history, has gone through many different rallies, and in fact, I need to find an older chart here. Dogecoin US dollar, I believe Bitfinex will probably have the oldest. Nope, never mind. I don't remember. I'm going off of old school data. Anyway, the point here is that Dogecoin, way back in the day, I'm talking back when I got into the cryptocurrency space in 2017, it was going through massive rallies and it was consistently moving to the downside. It was consistently going through corrections and it was not actually rallying because the hype wasn't there. Let's go back to full screen. Here's the thing. Dogecoin rallied a lot when there was hype, but when the hype left and the bear market of 2018 started, it crashed harder than any of the other cryptocurrencies. It was down 95+% from all-time high, while Bitcoin only pulled back 70% from all-time high. The reason for that is because Dogecoin does not have the same fundamental backing that Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is backed by the fact that it was the first cryptocurrency to come into existence, is backed by the fact that it has a limited supply, which Dogecoin does not. Dogecoin is an inflationary currency. Bitcoin is backed by the fact that it is a digital form of cash, which is the first instance in human history that we have anything close to digital scarcity. If you understand why gold has value, you'll know why that's important. Dogecoin does not have those properties. That means that Dogecoin's price is being affected by hype and news, which is very short term. It's not going to stay here. It's transient is the word I'm looking for. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has strong fundamentals that will lay a foundation for the long run, and that's why I'm coming to the conclusion that I'm about to say, and that is this. If you're looking to make a trade, there is a trade to be made on Dogecoin. That being said, I think there are actually better trades to be made on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, and we'll talk about some of those in these streams. That is true. There is a potential fundamental-based trade to make on Dogecoin. On the other hand, is it something that we want to hold for the long run? I personally don't think so. I don't think that there's any kind of backing for a $70 billion Dogecoin at this moment. No matter what's going on in the news, no matter what the hype is doing, I don't think it's going to stay there. So let's go ahead and discuss with the comments. I know what I just said is going to be very contentious. So what's going on in chat? Crypto Beard.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay with everybody here. I think there's a lot of a lot going back and forth in chat about what Doge is doing. I would have to fact check a lot of this before I could say this is 100% true. That being said, again, I said it just a second ago, Doge is one of those projects that's just going to have a lot of hate. It's going to have a lot of love. It really depends on where you're at. And I think Jebb wrapped it up perfectly when he said, listen, here's the thing. We cannot deny the ability to make money on Dogecoin. It's the longevity. It's the long-term holding that realistically is not going to be the smartest because of the fact that there is no cap on it. So just like the U.S. dollar, one of the problems with the U.S. dollar is the inflation. We can easily see Doge inflate. Now, we're going to see the price rise because of massive news like eToro's listing yesterday and like Elon Musk coming on SNL here on Saturday. So that's why I believe this is a great opportunity. When someone asks, is it too late to get in? It's not too late to get in. It's just don't get in more than you're willing to lose. That's a cardinal rule of trading, especially with something as kind of up in the air as Dogecoin. But that being said, as long as people continue to give it value, that's kind of what we're getting at. It was a joke coin. Elon has said that several times.
Yep.
Even Mark Cuban, another massive supporter of Dogecoin, and he put his entire NBA franchise on it, meaning like people can pay for tickets, pay for memorabilia and everything. We also just saw the Oakland A's in the MLB. They've now allowed people to pay for things in Dogecoin. People are adopting it because a lot of people are using it. I saw an article the other day, Jebb, that was talking about how Dogecoin actually is becoming a currency faster than Bitcoin because it's being utilized more often. And that's why Mark Cuban was on Ellen's show and trying to convince her to start accepting it. The problem is long-term, though, the inflation issue becomes a massive problem. But someone even pointed out early in the stream that one thing that Dogecoin is very good for is there's a lot of people learning from it from social media and learning from it from other things, and they're getting into the crypto space. They're learning more about it holding Dogecoin and realizing, okay, this isn't the greatest thing long term.
Yep.
Let me get into more realistic long-term projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, so on and so forth. So Doge is doing its job. And if you guys were on the show last week, we kind of did a comparison between XRP and Dogecoin and why I am not a Doge holder, but I am warming up to the idea of Doge's purpose and saying that we need to not just discourage, what's the what am I going for? Just rip into Doge holders and act like they're complete idiots. What they are is they're frustrated with the system of the centralized banking system. They're frustrated and they're trying to fix it their own way. It's just not the best way possible. Jebb, you want to
So we have a couple of very good comments going on in chat, and I want to address them because you guys are absolutely right. One person said, but Ethereum has no cap, and someone else said, the dollar is unlimited too. Absolutely right, and this is the point we're trying to get at here, and this is what we've always said about Dogecoin. Here's the thing. We are not enemies of Dogecoin holders. In fact, we are allies because we are ideologically aligned. What does that mean? It means we believe the same thing. It means that we believe that fundamentally currency should have hard caps on them so that people's wealth can be stored securely over time. That's what we believe. We want currency to be saleable over time. That's the technical term, is salability over time, the ability to retain value into the future. We want our currency to have that property. Right now, the US dollar does not have that property, and neither does Ethereum. But here's the thing about Ethereum. Ethereum is actually not designed to be a currency first. It's designed to be a protocol and a platform that you can build other applications on. So that's kind of okay that it's unlimited because its point is actually not to be an appreciating asset like it's being treated right now, even though it is. That's a discussion for another time. But you and I both agree the US dollar being unlimited is a huge problem. But here's the thing. Dogecoin is too. Dogecoin is not your savior from the US dollar. There is, however, a place that you can look in cryptocurrency to fight the US dollar, and the fact that it is unlimited and the fact that it has been stealing your wealth for the last 70 to 100 years, depending on when you want to argue that we technically went off the gold standard. A lot of people say it happened in 1971. This is true, but it started going off the gold standard as early as the 1910s through us not being able to redeem US dollars in physically backed gold pre-World War I. Bitcoin is your savior against that inflationary economic system. Bitcoin is where you should look. Dogecoin is a meme, and that's great. Because memes are the way in which the internet communicates with itself nowadays. It's the way in which ideas spread. I love memes. In fact, if you know anything about memes, memes come from Richard Dawkins' book on something called memetics, which is a book talking about how ideas spread throughout culture. Memes are a way of spreading ideas, and for that reason, and for the reason that they're funny too, I love memes. Dogecoin is a meme. It is not an investment. Bitcoin, however, is an investment that Dogecoin points towards. You can look at Dogecoin as being the evangelist that's pointing towards Jesus. You don't follow the evangelist, you follow Jesus, who is pointing towards. You don't follow Doge, you follow Bitcoin, because Dogecoin is pointing towards Bitcoin. And that's the point we're trying to make here, is that if you're in the cryptocurrency space and you love Dogecoin, I love the same thing that you love. I love having sound money. I love having economic security. I do not love having an economy built on inflationary monetary policy. But what I do love is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the belief system that counteracts that flawed belief system that is behind our current economy. So with that said, if you believe in what I believe, then look to Bitcoin, because it is what is eventually going to save you there. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're about to hit 100K subs, and I am incredibly thankful for every single one of you who have subscribed. I do want to mention really quickly that we just started a 4-day only coupon code on something called the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. We're about to do some more technical analysis on Ethereum, and we might even have some time for some smaller cap altcoins. We might touch on Bitcoin. Nevertheless, if you want to learn how to trade and profit and invest in cryptocurrency markets, you have to be able to read the charts. You got to be able to read the price. This is the same thing as understanding anatomy to a heart surgeon. It's the same thing as understanding how a rifle works to a soldier. It's the same thing as understanding how physics works to a physicist and how math works to a mathematician. It's the language by which people trade and people invest. You have to know technical analysis if you want to work in this space. And if you want to work in this space, I highly encourage you to focus on investing in one thing before all else, and that is an investment in yourself. I've always said, and I will always say, that an investment in yourself beats everything else. We're going to talk a lot in this stream about how much we love Bitcoin because of its ability to hold value over time. I think Bitcoin's a fantastic investment. There is one thing that I think is a better investment, and that is you. You who are watching this video, if you invest in your own education, your own wisdom, your own knowledge, your own skill sets, and technical analysis, it's going to provide you incredible amounts of profits long into the future. Because here's the thing, guys. You can make money in real estate. You can make money in Bitcoin. You can make money in Dogecoin. You can make money in politics. You can make money as an entrepreneur. But the point is, you are making the money. Bitcoin's not making you the money. You are. So if you want to invest in your education, you can find the link in the description box down below. Tim, do we see anything in chat, or should we move on to Ethereum?
Use code May the 4th of 2021.
That coupon code is in the description, by the way.
One question I think we should answer real quick before moving forward is Prez O'Neill, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, said, I have been reading the Bitcoin Standard. Good for you, Prez.
Good.
Can you please explain sound money better? Great question, especially on the topic of Bitcoin versus Dogecoin versus the US dollar versus all of this.
So yeah, that's a good question. Dogecoin, excuse me, the antithetical to Dogecoin. Sound money is as follows. Sound money is hard money, which means not decentralized money, but immutable money. Sound money is the type of money that will not be inflated into the future, and that means that it's going to hold value in a secure method into the future. If you're reading through the Bitcoin Standard and you've gone to the part on sound money, you probably also read about salability. Salability is a concept of the ability to utilize value. There's salability over time, space, and scale. Am I able to subdivide things low enough that I can go and buy a pen, but I'm still able to buy a house? Like, for example, if my currency is denominated down to the size of a cow, I can't buy a pen with a cow. I'd have to buy 1,000 pens, or I'd have to subdivide the cow, and that just doesn't work. So salability over scale is that. Salability over time is what we're really interested in. Salability over time is our ability to hold value into the future. If you had bought the US dollar and invested in the US dollar, which is a funny thing, the fact that it is funny that you could invest in the US dollar is part of the problem. If you would have invested in the US dollar 100 years ago, you would have $2 for every $100 you put into it. That is not a method by which you can store value into the future. That is not hard money. Hard money is money that is saleable into the future. Sound money is hard money that is saleable into the future, but which is also not going to be muted by some central authority. That's what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is decentralized, meaning it's immutable. It means that someone can't come in and steal your Bitcoin and say, your money has no value anymore because I, king of the world, say so. It's immutable. And it is hard because it has the ability to hold value into the future. So it is sound money. I hope that was a good explanation. Did that make sense, Tim?
Kind of. I mean, I was trying to also follow the comments.
Sure.
But no, it was a good explanation. Again, so that Prez, good for you for reading the book.
Great
Anyone
question.
else out there, if you want to learn more about the history of money and you want to learn more about why is Jebb so adamant about Bitcoin being the end-all, be-all of cryptocurrency? Not that the altcoins won't have their places as well, but it would explain in that book, Bitcoin Standard. Go read it. Tell us what you think. But that being said, let's move to Ethereum.
Good deal, guys. We're going to go ahead and talk about Ethereum. If we can jump onto my chart, we have a very interesting article that we need to talk about because there are $500 million worth of Ethereum options expiring this Friday. And oh boy, you think Ethereum's rallied already. This might just be the beginning. If you're looking for a great trade, this is what I was talking about earlier when I said I think there's better trades than even Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin might be going to $1. Ethereum might be about to go a lot higher. As well. Ethereum Bulls control 100% of this week's $470 million Ethereum options expiry. Let me say that again. Ethereum Bulls control 100%. Not 60, not 70, not 80, 100% of this week's $470 million Ethereum options expiry. We're going to dive into all of what that means here in just a second, but just know this, that is not quite unprecedented, but one step below that. Ethereum's spectacular rise to $3,300, now it's sitting at $3,472. This article was written like 2 hours ago and it's already outdated. Has rendered all of the bearish put options worthless ahead of this Friday's $470 million expiry. Let's back up. You might not know what an options contract is. I'm going to explain it very briefly. An options contract is a contract that you enter that gives you the option to either buy or sell at a certain price. It means I can put a put, and I can set, and that's going to give me the ability to sell at a low price if I want to, if the market goes down there. Not something you need to worry about too much. If you want to do more research on puts and options and everything, there is a great article over on Investopedia where you can learn more about options contracts. For the sake of this article, just go ahead and follow along with me on this. On May the 7th, a total of $470 million in Ether options are set to expire, and slaughter is really the only word that describes what is about to happen to bearish Ethereum traders. Tim went off and fought that bear over the weekend, and now we are seeing the results and the consequences thereof. Currently, almost every single one of the 75,909 put sell option contracts will become worthless if Ethereum manages to remain above $3,100 until Friday, 8 a.m. Universal Time Code. I am almost certain that that's going to happen. I say almost because there are no certainties in cryptocurrency, but I'm as close to it as I can be. Ethereum's growth has been fueled by the growth of decentralized finance, DeFi, which has recently surpassed $60 billion in total value locked, according to The Bank. This person, chairman and co-founder of Anamaka Brands, perfectly describes the scene. DeFi will shape finance in incredibly fundamental ways. Perhaps the biggest way, including in China, is in financial education. This is a big deal, something that we're not going to be able to go into too much detail on in today's stream, but it's something that you can put on your research list if you want. Look at how DeFi is shaping financial education. It's pretty interesting. Imagine a world where financial education is not just about having a bank account, but about being able to easily and effectively participate in various capital opportunities. I'm going to harp on this for a second. I'm going to get up on my soapbox. This is really important. The entire reason why we have a screwed up economic system right now with inflationary monetary policy and the Fed printing money out of thin air, the entire reason that that system exists is because the people allowed it to exist because there was not proper financial education. That's why financial education is important, and Ethereum is helping with that. With this, many have sounded While this may have sounded futuristic over 1 year ago, the Ethereum network opened the doors for these markets in a very short time. Regarding May 7th's options expiry, the neutral to bearish puts have a $250 million open interest, but tend to become worthless as the settlement day approaches. While the apparent put-to-call ratio favors the more bearish Ethereum put options by 13%, when analyzing the target price strike for those derivatives, the activity below $3,100 is non-existent. Ethereum's 55% rally over the last 30 days caught bears by surprise as the protective puts mainly focused on $2,800 and lower. So let's go to full screen. What does this mean? Frankly, it means good news for anyone who's in Ethereum. I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to go and do more research on this, you go right ahead. I'm going to leave it at that for all of the people that are watching this stream. Ethereum is in very healthy territory, and we're about to do some technical analysis on it. And I'm going to show you why I think it might be about to go to $4,000 by the end of this weekend. We're going to talk about all of that and more after we answer a couple of questions. What's going on in chat, Tim?
Yeah, some people are still harking a little bit on Doge. Let me see. Krista can't join the chat, so people.
Hey, Krista, how you doing?
She just bought a house, May. Is that?
Yeah, I guess.
Ooh,
yeah. Congratulations to Krista.
That Krista coin sounds like it's doing well.
Yeah, I don't know if there's that many. If you guys have any questions before we move on about Ethereum, go ahead and put them in chat right now.
Somebody asked a good question. Does anyone here ever use CT2A? That's the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Can I get some ones in chat from our CT2A alumni to show support of the Academy? If you love the Academy, if you hate the Academy, tell us your God's honest opinion in the chat. I know it's a good product. You know it's a good product. If you think it's a bad product, then go ahead and tell us. I want people to have actual God's honest testimony before they join. Remember, guys, there are 4 days only. It's over. There's no extensions on this sale. May the 4th, 2021. You can use that for $66 off the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Let me count all those ones.
Order 66.
Perfect. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people in chat dropped a 1 saying that they love CT2A. If you need a testimony, go ask someone in chat, and I will be happy to let you guys go and talk in private. I don't need to hide anything because I know it's a good product, and my students, my 3,600 students, tell me all the time that it is. There's like 21 ones in chat. Anyway, guys, one question, then we're going to move on to Ethereum. See if we can find something good.
Someone asked, should we think of Ethereum just as a commodity or a reflection of the value of Ethereum, the company, one or the other, or both?
Wait, say that again?
Should we think of Ethereum as just a commodity or a reflection of the value of Ethereum, the company, one or the other?
Okay, so first of all, Ethereum is not a company, it's a foundation, and this sounds pedantic. It sounds like I'm nitpicking over details, but it's actually incredibly important. I'll tell you why. If Ethereum was a company, that would make Ethereum, the coin, a security, which means that it would be under the guise of the Securities and Exchange Commission in America. It is not a security. The United States Supreme Court has come out saying it's not a security, which is a very, very important thing for the regulation of the space. It is a foundation, however. What does that mean? It means that there are a group of people, programmers, that are decentralized and under no real central authority working on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, Vitalik Buterin, along with a couple of other people, founded Ethereum, but they don't actually have a lot of sway necessarily over what Ethereum does unless the community agrees to follow them, which they do because Vitalik founded it, but he's not like a CEO or anything. He's more of like a thought leader behind the development of Ethereum and behind some of the upgrade plans. As far as should we look at it as a commodity or a fraction of the relative value of the company or the foundation, if you will, what we want to look at it like is this. Yes, it's a commodity, but the commodity isn't the coin. The coin is the answer is kind of yes to both of your questions. It's not one or the other. The Ethereum price is reflective of the value of the infrastructure that Ethereum is building. So the Ethereum blockchain is a foundation upon which decentralized applications are built. It's a foundation upon which different types of decentralized finance protocols are built, and these have value. I've used this example before. The entire hotel system is built on the back of the interstate highway system. The interstate highway system has a lot of value because of everything that is built on top of it, not literally, but around it. There are many towns and cities that would not even exist if the interstate highway system hadn't have come through, and there need to be gas stops along that highway. The interstate highway system is the foundation upon which other parts of the economy are built. You can think of Ethereum somewhat similar in the fact that Ethereum is a foundation upon which other things are built, and that is why it has value, and that is why it has remained as the second most powerful cryptocurrency for a very long time, because it is the place that many people go to develop apps on top of. It's the infrastructure behind blockchain development. Great question.
Yeah, before we move forward, make sure, guys, if you want us to go into overtime, which for anyone who is new to the show, we go until 10:15 every single morning unless we hit 1,000 likes, which tells us that you guys want more for today, so we will answer more questions. I have seen some very interesting questions about Vechain. That being said, we do not have in our schedule to talk about that, but if you want us to answer some questions about Vechain, I recommend getting that 1,000 likes up so that we can go into overtime. But that being said, let's move back to what you were talking about with Ethereum.
Let's go ahead and jump onto my chart, guys. We're going to talk about Ethereum, how we just hit a new all-time high on ETH. It's pretty funny. I think I was the only one on the Friday predictions that predicted it was going to go up.
Well, because we all thought it was going to freaking bounce off that 34, and it didn't. So good job, Ethereum. I'm glad I hold Ethereum, so more money in my pocket. I just won't win the prediction.
Here's the thing I've seen, guys, is that Ethereum is in a state right now that I've seen cryptocurrency in a lot. If you guys don't know my background, I've been in the cryptocurrency market. I've been working here every single day for nearly 4 years now. July 31st, 2017 was my first day in crypto. I've seen it happen many times where a market gets massively overextended. I'll give you a brief example here. Back in April and May of 2017, you can see the market rallied to 93 on the RSI. Bitcoin continued rallying even after that. Notice, we hit 93 on the RSI right here at $1,800. Bitcoin continued rallying to $3,000. Why did that happen? The technicals were saying it should have corrected. I'll tell you why it happened. It happened because there was so much fundamental development going on in the space. Everyone was super excited. And I saw the exact same thing going on in Ethereum on Monday when we made our predictions. Yes, Ethereum is overextended. Yes, Ethereum should use a correction. Yes, Ethereum da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here's the thing. You need to understand one of the most important principles of technical analysis that goes all the way back to the Dow theory that was established in the 1920s, and that is this. The trend is your friend until it ends. There's a technical term for that, but that's the way that I remember it and I teach it. The trend is your friend until it ends. What that means is that until you have confirmation that a trend is over, Bet on the trend at hand. The trend at hand right now is an uptrend. So that being said, we want to bet on that uptrend. Here's one thing you do need to take into account, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green days in a row on Ethereum. I don't know. In fact, I have to go back and look on the chart today. I don't know if that has ever happened in the history of Ethereum. I might be wrong on this. I know it hasn't happened in the last year. I don't think I've ever seen it happen in Ethereum's history that Ethereum has rallied 10 days in a row. Normally, guys, whenever a market rallies 7 days in a row, that is a signal that it should be correcting. Right now, Ethereum has rallied 10 days in a row. What does that mean? 1, it means it's overextended. Duh. But 2, how is it so overextended? You got to say, what? Is it overextended? What is it? It's overextended? Yes. But how? Well, the reason how is because it's doing very well fundamentally, and people are buying it, and there's a lot of hype in cryptocurrency. So the fact that it's able to get this overextended seems like a bearish signal, but it's actually a bullish signal because it states that the bulls are so much in control. So the question now becomes, where does Ethereum go next? Well, I have made the prediction on this channel recently that I think it's going to $4,000, and I think it's going to happen before the end of the month. I said before May the 20th, I think it's going to be going there. If we look at Fibonacci retracement, we can see, Fibonacci extension. I'm going to use this high right here and this low right here as they are I'm not going to get into why I use those, but those are the highs and lows that we're going to be using. If you watch our video over in the Academy on Fibonacci retracement levels right here, then you will understand why I'm using these levels. As you can see, we had a perfect touch in a level of resistance that we were supposed to go to at $3,200. That was our 2.618 level on Fibonacci extension. We can also see right here our 1.618 level at $2,472 was a level of resistance that we had, and we touched and we rejected off of it. So far, Fibonacci extension has been very useful. The next level it predicts is $4,000. You can see it right here at the 3.618 level. Why am I using Fibonacci extension? You don't see me busted out a whole lot. I'll tell you why. Let's go to full screen and I will discuss that with you. Right now, Ethereum is in absolute blue sky breakout. It is hitting new all-time high after new all-time high. There's nothing up here technically that we have ever seen before. We're in uncharted territory. And since we're in uncharted territory, we don't have previous resistance we can look at. We don't have a previous all-time high we can say, okay, we're going to that all-time high. We don't have a previous level that we can say, oh, we're going to go there. This is uncharted territory. So really the only thing we can use for price targets is mass psychology and Fibonacci extension. Let me break those down. Mass psychology is the essence of what technical analysis is. The whole point of technical analysis is that when we say technical, we're talking about charts. Well, the charts are the price. The price, one of the fundamentals of technical analysis that you guys need to know that we teach, is that the price reflects the psychology of the trader and of the investor. Because the trader and the investor made a trader an investment which changed the price, so the price logically reflects their mood, their motives, right? So with that said, we can look at the mass psychology. What is that? That's psychology of the masses. That is how the masses are thinking. Right now, the masses are clearly very strongly in favor of an uptrend on Ethereum. So, number 1, the mass psychology points to the upside. Number 2, Fibonacci extension is really the only way that we can predict highs other than mass psychology. Mass psychology and Fibonacci extension both say $4,000 should be the level we go to. Why does mass psychology say $4,000? Because the masses like nice, even numbers. People like putting sell orders at $4,000 instead of at $3,617 and 29 cents because people are lazy and they like to think of simple numbers like $4,000. $4,000 is our next level. I think we're going to be going there more than likely by May the 20th. Quite frankly, probably a lot faster. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the chat. Let's see what's going on over there.
Great question from Zachariah Allen, Jebb. He said, probably not the best time to ask this, but with the idea of long-term tax difference, what are your thoughts on loans against crypto assets? Is that something you all will utilize when you need cash?
So long-term tax deference, when you're, what are your thoughts about loans against crypto assets? This is actually something that a lot of people don't know that you can do. Whenever you take a loan out from the bank, you can put up something called collateral to get a larger loan. So let me explain. If I have $500,000 in crypto. Let's say I have $500,000 in crypto, and I want to use that $500,000, and I want to use that money, but I don't want to have to take it out and sell it because I want to wait for the investment to go up. What I can do is I can put that $500,000 up as collateral against a loan and borrow against it. A lot of people do this with houses. If you've ever heard of something called a HELOC, that's a home equity line of credit. A HELOC is a method by which you can use your house as collateral in a loan, and you can use that loan to get cash. So that's a great question, Zachariah. It's something not a lot of people know that you can do, but it's actually a very powerful way of getting your money out of crypto without having to sell it, is by getting a loan with your crypto as collateral. Have I ever done that? The answer is no, I haven't. And the reason is because we have enough cash flow that I haven't needed to. I prefer not to take out loans when I don't need to, and right now, I have absolutely no reason to take out a loan. However, it is something that I may end up doing in the future if I ever need to, because if we ever want to get more cash and we're looking for a loan, our crypto portfolio, which is massive by this point, is definitely something that we could use for that. I think it's a good idea so long as you are wise about it, because remember, guys, taking out loans does carry with it risk. I wouldn't do that ever for consumer debt, but if I was looking to invest in a new building for the office or new staff, then that is something I would consider. Good question.
A great question that people have been asking for a while now, and I've seen a couple people asking in chat, or they're asking, what their questions are asking are getting to this one, Jebb. So right now we're obviously sitting in the middle of the bull market and bull cycle.
Yep.
So we're not, I don't at least think that we're about to see the bear market. But that being said, a lot of people have asked about what you plan on doing with your money when we do hit a bear cycle. So I know for you, Jebb, you have your untouchable investment money. But what do you do with money you are looking to take profit? Are you going to take that out in cash? Are you going to put that into a stable coin? What are you going to do with that?
So I've had a pretty similar thought to this as far as this company. If you guys don't know, the operation behind this YouTube channel is now 11 employees. We have big payroll. We're moving into a new office in the next few months. You guys will see that. We have a lot of really cool things coming down the pike. Make sure you join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy and subscribe to the channel, because we have a lot of stuff coming up that you're not going to want to miss. So when I think about the bear market, the way I think about it is I think about it as opportunity. I always look at bad as opportunity. That's just I have some equations in my head, if you will. For example, when you have a personal mission statement and a personal code of morals and ethics that you live by, then decisions become very simple. Because if I have two decisions and one requires me to compromise my integrity, which is one of my core values, I don't choose that. I choose this other option no matter what it is. For example, whenever I see, oh, this could be construed as bad, this could be construed as bearish, I say, okay, it's an opportunity. Boom, equals. Bearish, opportunity, they equal the same thing. So when I think of us going into a bear market, I see opportunity. I don't see threat, I see opportunity. Remember, guys, the many billionaires were made in the 2008 financial crisis because they bought low. They didn't freak out, they bought low. So my plan is this. I'm more than likely not going to sell any crypto assets that are in my investment portfolio. However, some other crypto assets that I have floating around, I may take profit on. And what I will use that profit on is not to go buy a fancy car. Some people were ragging on me like, Jebb, why'd you buy a Camry when you could have bought like a supercar? Because I care about people, not material things. That's not a knock against anyone that likes nice things. I like nice things. Probably will buy a nice car in the future, but I would rather invest money in my business and in my people and in growing the ministry that we run here, which is our YouTube channel and our business. When a bear market comes about and I start taking profits, those profits are going to be reinvested into building the infrastructure of this business, because I know bear markets are temporary. I know bull markets are temporary. I know that Bitcoin is going to come back with a vengeance because I believe in it. I know what I believe. If you don't know what you believe, you got to go read Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Great book. I'm going to invest in this business so that when the bull market comes back, when the bear market ends, we will be in a position to provide as much value to you guys as possible. This channel has already survived one bear market, and it will survive as many more as the market wants to throw at us. Great question. Guys, we have 5 minutes to get to 1,000 likes so we can go into overtime. Smay, go ahead.
You will like this stream.
Oh my gosh.
Got a Jedi mind trick on him, guys. You know what another Jedi mind trick is? It's called May the 4th, 2021. May the 4th be with you, my friend, because if you join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, linked in the description box down below, with coupon code May the 4th, 2021, you will get $66 off. I was told by Emperor Smay over here that Order 66 has been activated as of this morning, and it will be active until midnight on Saturday. That's 4 days, so make sure you join the Academy before then. If you want to learn technical analysis, I have always told you guys the best investment you will ever make is an investment in yourself. A lot of you guys look up to me because I know cryptocurrency markets. That is why I became profitable. I didn't become profitable because I lucked into Bitcoin. I became profitable because I invested in my own knowledge of Bitcoin, and I'm able to profitably invest in it. Now, that is something I want to teach you how to do, so join CT2A with the link in the description box down below. Also, if you're looking for a great trading platform, I would consider using Bybit. The link for that is in the description box down below as well, and that does help to support our channel.
Okay, so I have a couple questions in chat. Here's the thing. We have questions about Cardano. We have questions about Bitcoin. We had some questions about Vechain. Here is the thing, guys. We are sitting 250 or so likes away from 1,000. We have 4 minutes to get there. So while we kind of go over our predictions and update you guys on where we are at, if you are a fan of those three go ahead and hit the like button if you have not already, because we are quickly running out of time.
Yep.
That being said, let me make sure there's no good questions.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Where do I go after the stream if I have a question?
Great question. If you don't get a question answered, you can always email our support team at support@cryptojebb.com, and we will do our very best to get back to you as soon as possible, because ultimately, that is what we're here for. We're here to help you guys. That's why we push the likes. That's why we ask you to subscribe. That's why we ask you to do all these things, is not just to puff our emotion. At the end of the day, we get to leave 15 minutes early if we don't get those 1,000 likes. We want to continue to help you guys, but make sure we're not also wasting your guys' time. So that's the reason why we want that 1,000 likes to extend the show. So if you want the extended show with more answers question on this stream, go and hit that like button.
Someone said they almost broke their phone. Smishing leak,
like
guys. Smish leak.
You know, I'm
and
just
subscribe
gonna
to the
go down
channel.
to Wawa. I'm just gonna go down to Wawa if you guys don't like the stream.
my
So
gosh.
if you
Man,
don't
he's
wanna
gonna go.
watch
He's gonna go get lunch if you guys don't like the
if you guys
stream.
don't like the stream, I mean,
Your boy
you know what?
Smangatang.
You might just don't even like the stream. I'll go. Get
Jebb
some
reminds me of
Wawa.
a small town local pastor from Texas who trades crypto. That's pretty accurate, to be honest with you. That's
Well,
pretty funny.
I am going to. We have a little more than 100 likes to go. So I'm
You
going
have
to
to go over
read
price
where we
predictions.
are with the price predictions, and I'll see if you guys can get that 1,000 likes by the time I'm done. So we were talking about this morning. Our predictions on ADA, it's always crazy. You know, we never really know what's happening there. I still think that all three of us are sitting kind of pretty. Cardano's kind of consolidating around 130, but I'm expecting something to happen. Smay, though, is sitting really nice at his 145 prediction. He was 1 cent less than me at 146. We don't get to hear each other's votes before we cast them, so I'm kind of sandwiched in the middle because Jebb's is also 150. Let us know in chat what you guys think. As far as Ethereum, I was talking this morning. We have to wait till Friday. This whole thing was just about Friday, but I'm close to being ready to concede because Ethereum is freaking blowing up. So my prediction of 3,064 or Smay's prediction of 3,000 is not looking great. In fact, Jebb's highest prediction of 3,300, that looks like it's going to get blown out of the water, but a win's a win for him if he gets there. So keep us, let us know what you think of there. And the last one, Bitcoin. Will it get through that stupid level of 57 and get closer to 60? Because all of us are thinking it's kind of close there. Jebb said 61,000. I said 61,635. Smay went crazy thinking we're going to have a massive rally at 65,500. Let us know in chat. Do you think that Smay could be right? Do you think that Bitcoin's just going to blow up and surpass everything, or is it going to stay low where it is?
Guys, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to hit that 1,000 like goal. Yeah. Remember, we are running a sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Coupon code May the 4th, 2021. Order 66 has been announced. Use that coupon code if you want to learn how to do technical analysis. Smay's going crazy off camera, guys. I'm just going to be real with you for the last 30 seconds here or so. I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into everything that we teach in the academy. I have put a lot of time into researching technical analysis. I do it every single day. I take it very seriously. It's something that I love doing. But one thing I love even more than that is I love teaching you guys. I love seeing you guys be successful. So if you want to become successful in trading, sign up with the link in the description box down below. Unfortunately, you guys didn't hit 1,000 likes. So that is going to wrap it out for today's live stream. Before we go, though,
well, actually, real quick, just so you guys know, every single day at 2, Jebb has started doing a live stream, a short 10-minute to 12-minute live stream, setting a trade, like having trade setups put there. So if you want to see another live stream, he's not going to be interacting with chat, but if you want to see another live stream from Jebb, come back at 2 o'clock and join us as we look at TA and give you what you need to set up a good trade.
We hit 1,000 likes after 10:15 clicked
it's
over.
It's not 10:16.
What is our policy on that? We said by 10:15, didn't we?
We will create a firm policy for tomorrow. I say let's go ahead and give it to him.
All right.
Let's extend.
Oh, wow.
Fine, we'll
I was
extend
hungry, guys. What the heck?
Poor Smay. All right, we'll extend another 15 minutes. I was literally in the middle of saying the outro when y'all hit it.
Let's kind of get in, because the questions we had were actually really good.
Yeah, we were getting some good
What I do want to
questions.
start with real quick, because I think a lot of people are asking what's going on in Bitcoin. Someone was talking about a golden cross happening on the Bitcoin chart. That is not something that I know what it is,
really?
But that is something that you can look at, and I think you'll be able to answer their questions.
Yes, okay, so I will do that. Where?
Like I said, I'm not really sure what's happening
I'm
there.
looking for it. I don't see what they're talking about. If you want to jump onto my screen, Smay, you can see what they're talking about. Guys, for anyone who doesn't know, a golden cross is what happens when on the daily chart, the 50 daily simple moving average crosses the 100 daily simple moving average. So, for example, this was a golden cross right here. This is one of those indicators I don't talk about on stream very much because isn't important until it's important. Hasn't been important in the last 6 months, but it's one of the things that defines the beginning of a bull market. Golden crosses, for example, right down here, we saw one happen right here. These are bull market indicators, and they do indicate that you're about to go into a big upswing. We saw one happen right here at the beginning of this bull market. That's a golden cross. We talk about that in CT2A, by the way. If you're in CT2A, we talk about golden crosses and death crosses over here. They're incredibly important, but they're incredibly important when they're important. They aren't important right now. I don't see a golden cross. In fact, if anything, I see the beginnings of what might become a death cross in the next 2 weeks.
Someone said it might be on the... Are you looking at the 4-hourly?
Oh, I can look on the 4-hourly. Yeah, that's fine. But as far as normally, the reason I was about to get to that. I had a feeling they were talking about the 4-hourly chart. Typically, when people are talking about golden death crosses, just so you guys know, they're talking about the daily chart. Anyway, yeah, we can look down on the 4-hourly chart, and yes, they are right. There has been a 4-hourly golden cross that has resulted in a correction. What? There's a golden cross. Golden's supposed to mean good. We went into a correction. This is actually something I've seen happen many, many times, guys. When you actually see the golden cross, a lot of times a correction happens. What kind of indicator is that? It's actually very useful. You just got to realize that golden crosses are slightly longer-term indicators. They're not something that you're going to have trigger and then boom, the market's going to reverse. It's not something like MACD. The second you see MACD cross bullish, you're expecting, okay, MACD is probably going to start going up. A lot of times golden crosses will happen and then the market won't start appreciating and rallying for several candlesticks. In this case, literally right when we saw the golden cross happen, we corrected. Part of the problem with this, guys, also is that the golden cross is not in the mentality of the trader right now. Let's go to full screen. I want to discuss this. This is touching on what we talked about earlier with math psychology. Right now, the trader hasn't heard much about golden and death crosses lately. YouTube's not talking about it. The news articles aren't talking about it. There's a lot of newer people to the cryptocurrency space that are trading. So you got to realize if I personify all of the traders as something called the trader has not heard of the golden and death crosses, which means that golden and death crosses are a little bit weaker right now than they normally would be. Why is that? Because technical analysis is the art of trying to figure out what people are thinking. And people can't think about something that they've never heard of. I can speak. Anyway, I think it is very important. Is it the most important thing? No. It's good to look at. Yeah, so good question. Let's see.
Good. All right, so moving on, I want to move to Cardano because we've had a lot of people talking about Cardano, asking what the heck is going on there. Because like we said, it's kind of consolidating around that 131, 130 thing. I saw a lot of chat where they were actually saying, Jebb, that the Cardano Africa news actually made them sell. It was so boring. They didn't like it. They didn't think anything was that important.
That's me right there.
Yeah, Smay's definitely in that camp. Jebb, what are your thoughts on Cardano? What are your thoughts? I know we talked about it in a different stream, but just in case someone missed it, what are your thoughts about Cardano Africa and what we're looking like in the future?
So here's the thing. If you're selling, and listen, first of all, I say this with all love. You guys know I love you. I'm not saying this because I don't like you. I'm saying this because I love you and I want you to become successful. If you're selling a cryptocurrency project because their production quality was, and I quote, boring, you don't know why you're invested in the project. You're not invested in the project for the production quality. You're invested in the project for the fundamentals. You're invested in the project for what the project can do for the world in the long run. You're invested in the project because you think there's going to be a profit potential. You're invested in the project because you think the price is going to go up based on the actions that they are taking today. If you're selling the project because it's boring, now if you sold the project because nothing important was announced, that's one thing. But just because the video was, quote, boring, that implies that you invested in it because they had some production that was interesting. You didn't buy a movie. You bought a fundamental project. Their goal is not to make a documentary or a movie that's really interesting. Their goal is to implement decentralized identification, DID, in the continent of Africa, where it is lacking, where 1.5 billion people have no form of identification, where they can't get credit, where they can't get loans, where they can't take out mortgages and car payments, where they can't get debit and credit cards, where they can't open bank accounts. There's a massive issue in Africa that Cardano is attempting to solve. And that's not, and by the way, just that kind of sound like moral grandstanding. That's not what I'm saying. The point I'm making is that Cardano has fundamentals that are backing it up. Those fundamentals are what you need to be looking at, not the value of their production. Cardano trading sideways right now may be the best thing that has happened to any major cryptocurrency in the last 6 months. What are you talking about? Let me explain. Cardano trading sideways is a good thing, in my opinion, in the same way that if you were to start, let's use this example. Let's say the year is 2007. And you have a company, and you founded this company and you're getting this company started and you want this company to be successful. And then a bear market hits and the recession begins and everything falls apart. If you spend 2 or 3 years building that company and not having to worry about profit because you have seed funding and you have a lot of investment capital to get you through that recession, you don't need to worry about the recession because you're looking into the future. Same thing's true on Cardano right now. Cardano isn't doing anything on price, but it's doing things on fundamentals. So the longer we trade sideways on price, the bigger the eventual rally will be because the fundamentals are getting better in the background. Cardano's long-term price action, its underlying intrinsic value is only going up, even though its price is trading sideways, which means that the differentiation between that, which is what technical analysis is figuring out where's the price compared to what it should be worth and seeing how that changes over time. That means that that difference is getting higher, and that means that that Cardano is going to go up even more in the future because those fundamentals are growing. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, just to like wrap that up, here's what it really is. People who are wanting to make money really fast and they wanted something massive to come from Cardano Africa News were very disappointed because the only priority here is making money. The thing is, if you can take a long-term approach and think through Cardano, what they are going to accomplish in a continent that has been left behind economically is going to be astronomical when it comes to your bank account in the long run, because that is a project that not only is Africa going to get behind and explode, the world is going to get behind and explode. And maybe it's not going to see its full measure in this bull run, but it will in the long-term future. And just like Bitcoin from years ago, I remember hearing a friend talk about Bitcoin, and I left. I didn't believe him. I didn't get in on it. It was sitting at, I think, $900 when he was telling me. I wish I could take that time back and get into it. But don't make that same mistake with Cardano because it is doing big things. Last thing I definitely want to do before we wrap this out, and if we go through this quickly, we can keep going. But there was a lot of questions about Vechain. People wanted predictions from you, but I don't know if you have enough information this time to give a prediction.
Yeah.
But you can look at the TA and kind of give people an indication of what's happening there.
Yeah.
Wait, can I say something real quick about Cardano, though? I just want to let everyone know, clarify, I was joking, okay? The video's boring. It was very boring, but doesn't mean that I think you should invest in it. It was a joke. Okay, good grief.
It was boring. It was very boring.
It was horribly boring, but it's still a good project.
Okay, I'm a documentary nerd, so I thought it was actually pretty interesting.
Me too. That was not good. It was not good, bro.
Hey, I thought it was, I'm just going to be honest, I thought it was kind of interesting. Anyway, let's jump onto the chart on Vechain. And we can see that Vechain is currently trading at 20 cents. Like Tim said, I don't have enough information at this time to make a long-term prediction based on fundamentals. However, that being said, I do like the project from what I know of it, and the technicals are definitely looking very sound. So let's look at that. Vechain's all-time high is 27 cents. We're currently trading at 19. We had an uptrending level of resistance here on Vechain that Vechain was respecting quite a bit. We used 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on resistance to cause that trend line to be put into effect, and now notice we're using it as support. Well, for anyone in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, there's a video over here talking about gauging the strength of support and resistance. In this video right here, we talk about how when you turn a level of resistance into a level of support, so I'm going to change this from red for resistance to blue for support, when you do that, that means that the market is very bullish, because that is a sign the market is going parabolic if that uptrend, especially if that level is an uptrend. If it's just a flat level, that's different. But if it's an uptrend, very bullish thing. Here's another thing on Vechain. We have a downtrending level of resistance. For any of you guys in CT2A who know this video on continuation patterns, a continuation pattern is a pattern that continues the market in the direction it's already going. Market was moving to the upside, moves into a symmetrical triangle pattern, a symmetrical continuation pattern. 70% of the time, symmetrical triangle patterns will break to the same direction that the market moved into it. So that means if we move to the upside, 70% likelihood we're going to break to the upside next. That means that this level of resistance right here, this downtrending level of resistance that we can see on Vechain's 4-hourly chart is likely to break, and Vechain is likely to continue rallying up to 30 cents, its current all-time high, and more than likely beyond. Looking down here at its at its daily oscillators, we can see it's bearish on MACD right now. As it is trading sideways, it makes sense it's bearish. As soon as that flips bullish, it's something you're not going to want to miss. Vechain's RSI is also sitting down here at 53. Right now, Vechain is in a decision phase. It needs to decide if it's going to break bullish or bearish. After it makes that decision, there is a prime trading opportunity. A long entry sits right here, and a short entry sits right here. Good question, guys. Let's go back to full screen. Good deal. Any further questions before we wrap it out?
Trying to look for a good question. Someone did ask, why does Tim always say that being said? I don't know. I got a lot of quirks. We've actually made fun of me for a lot of different things I say. You might also hear me say, what was the other one, Jebb, that I said?
Thought process.
I use the term thought process all the time. So
that being said, you guys should use code May the 4th, 2021.
That's a great thought process. You should definitely do that.
Yeah.
By the way, someone has asked this a couple times. Why do we not have super chats? We're working to get the super chat set up because I know you guys would like that. It's YouTube is trying to send us a code, and YouTube is impossible to get a hold of. But as soon as we get that code from them, we will be back up. Hopefully soon, but we can't make any promises on that because YouTube is hard. If you're listening, if you're from YouTube and you're listening, could you please get back to us on what our code is, please and thank you.
Yeah, we've been demonetized for 4 months now. We haven't talked about that much on stream. We have not had a single ad run on this channel. Not 4 months, excuse me. Just under 3 months. The last time a single ad ran on this channel that made us any profit was over 3 months ago, and that is why we have things like the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy and our Bybit affiliate link to support the 11 people that have livelihoods around this channel. It's unfortunate that we have to worry about this because, I'll be honest with you guys, I'll use the real numbers. We've probably missed out on close to $30,000 worth of revenue from not having ads on the channel. That's employees. That's people's having raises. That's people being able to feed their families, and unfortunately, we're not able to do that right now. It's not something I come on here and complain about. But if anyone from YouTube is watching, I would greatly appreciate, as a small business owner who has people to support, if we could get that pin in the mail. We've asked for it 4 times and it still hasn't come. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
I'll put my Venmo in the chat, guys. You can,
real quick, because we only have a couple minutes left. I do think that it would be helpful to some people who joined late to kind of recap the stream. We started out talking about Dogecoin, and whether you love it or hate it, the question when people are asking, should I hold? Whether the answer is yes or no, it's a legitimate question. That's not a dumb question to ask. Jebb, real quick, wrap that up. Should people hold Dogecoin?
Dogecoin points in the direction of the ideology that Bitcoin was based on. That's the ideology of having sound money. What is sound money? Sound money is money that is not going to be muted or trampled on by a central authority like the U.S. government, and it's not going to be losing its value over time. Dogecoin is a community full of people that don't like our current system of unsound money. The problem is Dogecoin is unsound money in and of itself. Bitcoin, however, is sound money. So with that said, Dogecoin is not something you want to invest in, but if you love Dogecoin, you're probably going to love Bitcoin even more when you study its fundamentals in a book called The Bitcoin Standard by Safadine Amos. So is it something you want to hold in the long term? I think not. I don't think it has great fundamentals to back up the idea of investing in it. If you're investing in a company, you want to see what the profit is. If you're investing in a house, you want to see what the market looks like. The forecast on Dogecoin does not look very good in the long term. However, the next couple of weeks, yeah, it looks decent considering the fact that eToro listed it yesterday and considering the fact that Elon Musk will be going on SNL and talking about it on Saturday. The short-term technicals look pretty good. The long-term fundamentals, I would much prefer to be invested in Bitcoin, and I am invested in Bitcoin. I've been in the space for 3.5 years, guys. I've worked here every single day. Please be careful with Dogecoin. Is a good trade? Maybe. Investment? I don't think so.
If you guys want to see a video where I for those of you who've been around for a while, I did a technical analysis on Instagram of XRP back when I literally had no knowledge what technical analysis was whatsoever. If you would love to see a video from me posted on Instagram or maybe even YouTube if it gets big enough about Dogecoin, about XRP, let us know in chat because that's something that probably is coming soon. But if you guys tell us, we'll probably work that up sooner. The other thing we talked about in this chat, though, in this video, was Ethereum. And the potential, is Ethereum going to hit 4,000 by this week? Or is it not going to quite make it there? Jebb, wrap that up really quickly in a bow before we...
Yeah, so Ethereum only has 2 methods of calling for tops right now. That is the Fibonacci extension, and that is mass psychology. Mass psychologically speaking, we're looking for a big even number. 4,000 is a number like that. 4,000 is a much cleaner, nicer, simpler number than something like 37, 62, 49. People like to set sell orders at simple numbers like that, and it also happens to line up with a Fibonacci extension level on, I believe it's the 3.618 level at $4,000. So I think Ethereum is going to $4,000 within the next 14 days. More than likely, it's actually probably going to be there by the end of the week. So I would look for investments on Ethereum. It is overextended. It has been rallying for 10 days straight, so it does need some kind of consolidation. But to be honest with you guys, the market is very much in favor of Ethereum moving to the upside right now. Tim, I think that's going to do it. Yep. Guys, thank you so much for the 1,000 likes and going into overtime. Make sure to join the Academy with the link in the description box down below. You don't want to miss this sale. It's the last one for a while. It's only going to run 4 days. Join with the link in the description box down below for $66 off the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Use coupon code May the 4th, 2021 at checkout for $66 off the Academy that will change your life in learning how to do technical analysis and investing in cryptocurrency markets. Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.